how we was having a conversation about
When
what
we're
I
live.
was doing with my life.
Okay.
And they were asking, how do you, and even if you with your children, how do you coexist with your kids' beliefs on their lives? Like, I mean, you kind of answered that though. Like, basically asking, the way I was thinking, I'm a type of person that I'll see it when I believe it. So when I tell you, Mom, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna follow my bliss, I'm gonna record my videos, and I'm gonna be this YouTuber. And when I told you this, and when I was like, Mom, I'm not gonna do college.
I fell out.
I don't want to do this. I'm gonna follow what I believe in, and it didn't have any background of what success.
Because I got a
is
college
like.
degree, and in my mind, this is what success equal up to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what you was programmed to understand.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Stuck in the matrix, and that's why I said this whole experience has been an awakening for me. Like, I didn't even get as far as like in me being in media and having this type of spirituality. I literally cannot believe how far and how deep I was into the matrix. Because I had programmed my own self with fitting in into what society wanted for me as a media person.
Yes.
So I lost my spirituality in a way where I wasn't able to connect with you and understand where you were going on your own path. You get what I'm saying?
And that's why I consider her.
But you've been an entrepreneur, yo, so you ain't have to work for nobody. That's why you have this mind frame, right?
Shit, I done flipped chicken, man.
Oh, he say he flipped the chicken.
I had to learn this game from the ground up. And I learned this game just the fact that my own people, which is a sad story, my own people I used to reach out to ask them, the ones who have, that you consider successful, the ones with the money, the ones that know how to move around and with it, the ones that, even my fitness gurus, and they come to me for advice. But I used to come to them in gyms when I was a smaller frame, was hungry for the game, like, what do you do? What do you eat? Just work out and eat. Never gave me a diagram of what to do or how to do it, so I got hungry. When I became hungry, I started studying. I started studying the power lifts and the huge white boys. Like, how do they hold? How do they breathe? How do they do this? How do they do that? Started studying Bruce Lee's method of breathing and meditating. I started doing every concept of what I could do to better me. And when I started studying it, it was coming so easy for me. And then Then I put that into my workouts, and it became just a different kind of animal with it. So I'm a trainer that trains trainers. But all in all, you have to be hungry. You have to want something better than what they're going to give you. They're going to feed you at the palm of their hand, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You don't want that, you know what I'm saying? You keep that shit, show me something different, you know what I'm saying?
That's why you feel like you feel as far as like letting people be who they is, because I settled into the norm of what it is and what it was and the rules of everything, that I wasn't even able to let her become who she was in the house, because I'm like, wait a minute, you're not going to college, no, get out.
As a parent, that's what you do. You didn't do anything wrong, you know what I'm saying? All you did was be the protective source that you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
But that's why there's always a masculine around, you know what I'm saying? Or someone that can tell you both sides of the story, but the fact you're the primary, you know what I'm saying? And then you don't hear the dad there or the uncle or the granddaddy telling you, you know what I'm saying, let that girl live, you know what I'm saying? And that's where we mess up as black people, because we have one primary, you know what I'm saying, which is just the mother or the father.
Just the mother or just the
and
father.
when you're just the mother, you only get one side of the understanding of life.
Sorry.
That's why the father tells you something different. The father's going to be the one to tell you, baby, live out your dreams and do your thing. You don't got to do college. You know what I'm saying? Or you ain't got to do this. Or play with this part-time and play with that part-time and see what fits. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times we learn from our mistakes. That creates who we are as people. If you never fall, you will never understand how to get back up. You know what I'm saying? So we have to fall. I have so many bumps and bruises on every obstacle of life, but it's never a failure. I just learned another way that didn't work for me. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is ever a failure. So everything is an experience. You understand that? That's how I go.
Yes.
So,
a lot of people on my channel, they were very discouraged with life because, they're unhappy with what they've done. Like just they've been working their entire lives and they don't really have anything to show, for what they created on this planet. So it's like when you're trying to go against the social norms of what everybody else is doing, you get opted out. You just be like, okay, forget it. Let me just get a job so I can seem like I'm doing something right with my life. And it's like people are scared to be different and do things differently.
But you know why? Because that's why they have influencers now. See,
Yeah.
when you
Talk
don't,
about it, y'all.
when you don't look like Nicki,
Yeah.
if you ain't wearing a cologne Nicki work, if you ain't wearing a Birkin like Nicki, or you ain't doing this like Cardi B, if you ain't got your ass like this, then they look at you like, oh, you just off-brand.
Yes.
But then you got the elegant ones, like the Hers and the LMAs and the ones that, you know what I'm saying, that just, they do their own round of things and they're different. And they are more acceptable. They're more charming. They're more energetic. They're more of what we would consider as normal, but still, they're all influencers.
Yes.
So when you become your own influencer in your own lane, you will stick out like the real Kai. You will stick out like Big Honcho. You will stick out like Mo Lyric. You feel me? These are the things that makes you who you are. If you're like everybody else, then what
That's
makes
true.
you think that you're gonna find anything different in life?
Yes.
You're gonna find the same nigga doing the same thing.
That's what I'm
Man, I got
saying.
15 little chains on. I'm in the club. Y'all just bought 15 bucks. Who wants that?
Who cares?
Now, who wants a girl that's in the club, you know what I'm saying, clapping her ass is bigger than her fucking legs, but she out here doing this? You're like, come on. It's a lot of them, man. Like, I watched the girl out of Florida, man. I'm like, Jesus Christ. She got the song out. Brown.
Bouillon Brown, you know she
Oh,
from St.
Lord
Louis, where we
have
from,
mercy.
right? Yes.
Man, I'm like, man.
It's like it's that whole agenda where it's frequency programming. Like
That's
music
what
is
it
literally
is.
it programs you.
It's
Whatever you listen to.
brainwashing.
Yes.
It's brainwashes you. So you gotta understand, you gotta be collective on who you are, because these things will lower your vibrations. The wrong things will lower your vibrations, and then you won't find yourself. When you minimize your surroundings and you optimize the earth, then you gonna see exactly what you should be doing and how to do it. But the world knows that. That's why they have social media at its most high, because it doesn't give you time to think.
It don't.
It gives you time. You want to see what's the next funny thing on TikTok.
You like this.
Or you get a dialogue of individuals telling you what a relationship should be.
Yeah.
How you should love your girl. How your girl should love you. And then that don't work for every relationship. What's for you will be for you. Your husband may not like X, Y, and Z. Your girlfriend may not like X, Y, and Z, but y'all come together and you guys are happy.
Yeah.
But now you got social media saying, no, if you ain't went and bought her this, or she ain't got red bottom. My wife don't require that. My girl don't require that. My dude don't give a hell about that. He rather walk on the beach. He rather this than do that. So you gotta protect your essence. You know what I'm saying? And create a barrier that can penetrate that. Because if not, this world will dissect you, make you feel very minimal, because you don't fit the criteria of what society tells you what's acceptable. Social media shouldn't be the source of where you go to feel accepted. You know what I mean? Without social media, you should better cut that off, live your life, get to your goals, come back to it and play with it when you want to. Because they're going to respect you more. But if you're the one posting all the time, I mean, you got to make yourself relevant.
And be organic,
and
like
be
you
organic.
said.
Your quality of art, as far as talking, doing things that you do, makes you who you are.
Yes.
And she ain't changed nothing about herself. That's what made
makes
me.
you who you are.
It's
No
always
matter
been in me.
what you do and how much money you accumulate, you will soon understand that all of that is just a costume. It's an energy that you really don't need. Because you have everything you have within your household, everything you have within your mind, your body, and your soul. God has blessed you with everything you need in this world. All you got to do is keep being you and optimize it. It doesn't take much to be who you is. That's why them girls that wear $200, you can there putting on MAC makeup for 2 hours for what? For the world to say, oh, you pretty?
Right.
You feel me? If you don't see pretty without this shit on, boo, something is wrong.
Ain't gonna work.
You know what I mean? But again, that's society. You gotta know who the fuck you are and stand on that shit.
Yes, and you can
straight
connect that to everything that you do in your life, really.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
people be getting upset because they're a certain age. I'm 39, or I'm 17, or I'm 20, and I don't have it figured out. And your path is different. Everybody's body is different. We look different. We sound different. Everybody has a different. So it's the same thing. Your path is different. You can't expect to look outside of yourself for information about your journey.
It's definitely not about age, because Vera Wang, I think she sold her first dress at the age of like 49, 50.
And that's what I'm saying.
Vera Wang?
It's like you. This is your path. You can't get mad or upset and be in fear because maybe it's too late and maybe I don't have it figured out. Maybe I should just do this. Like, no, follow your inner voice.
That's correct.
It's in you.
God is in you.
Oh my gosh.
Follow it.
Okay. So
I love this energy.
Yes.
You go, what's your next question, girl?
Next
Sheesh,
question
this is
is-
getting good. Wake up Wednesday, y'all tune in.
what are y'all's relationships with y'all parents? sometimes our views draft a rift between us. Are there any differences or challenges with family members because of your values and perspective?
Okay, so family members and relationships with our, so the way we live. Okay, I'm gonna say for me,
With y'all spirituality, with your lifestyle, like
the way we move and think and feel, definitely different from what it used to be. I used to be the giver, lover. I thought that I went from the what would Jesus do thing, and
Because your parents taught you that. That's your relationship. Your relationship with them was what? With your mom and dad, which made you who you are.
so here you go. He going mental now.
I mean,
He
that's
finna
what
go
you
deep.
did.
He about to go deep up in me. He about to go deep.
Yeah, she would. I need to know direct.
He about to go deep. You want to tell me to go deep?
Yeah, your relationship with your parents is what made you who you are now. What is your relationship with your parents right now?
So, are we talking about my parents or
Yeah.
yours?
What? No, you're talking about yours. Not hers.
Oh,
You
Lord.
a parent.
Okay.
It's people on my
No.
channel and they just having
They want-
thoughts about spirit and meditation and
You want me to go
thinking
first?
about Christianity.
All right. Well, okay, let me tell you. My relationship with my parents, my dad is obsolete. Does not, never met him one time when I was maybe 35, never seen him again. That, wasn't even a feeling of void because it was never there. My mom's crackhead, been a crackhead since she was 14 years old. So my relationship with her, man, she showed me love and that's about it. How did that make me who I am today? It created an independency, you know what I mean? It created something that kept a feeling lingering in my heart to where these holes can be patched, you know what I'm saying? Because that void of not having parents, always kept my mind on if I love more, give more, understand more, maybe I can feel that feeling that I never had as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Because the Cosby Show, these things are something that I always sat there and was like, just maybe if, you know what I'm saying? I have it one day. So a lot of times I got to relationships to where I had the woman who had the kids and I wanted to create that genre of Cosby Show or energy. And a lot of times, I'm always the overpowering one, trying to figure out, love more overbearingly. So therefore, a lot of people take advantage of that, a good heart. So
Yes.
I've learned amongst the way to know how to filter that out. So I'm gonna give you this percentage, and you give me that percentage, and then we come together, and then we boost the shit like it's supposed to be. But off the top, it taught me life. You know what I'm saying? And what the simple things that, like I stated in the beginning of this conversation, that we neglect. Which is love, which is life, which is trust, which is understanding because I never had it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And with my parents, I haven't. My uncle did his best raising me before he got sick. You know what I'm saying? But therefore, it still doesn't compensate the fact that, what my dad didn't want me or what my mama couldn't change her ways.
Yeah.
They didn't know better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at 14, 15 years old, you can't hold that burden on them because if I was 14, 15 having kids in the 70s, late 80s, I wouldn't know what to do either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So some things you got to say, you know what, God has created this path for me to learn these ways for me to sit here and be able to talk to the real Kai, you know what I'm saying? And Mo, you know what I'm saying? So these things, these broken relationships and so on and so forth taught me how to treat my queen, you know what I'm saying, when it's time for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I can only say it's been an experience. It's been a great journey, but it's life. I mean, you gotta take it for what it is. We take a lot of this stuff too serious. A lot of these things is just it's life, man. You gotta be like, okay, it didn't work for me. You a queen, baby, you just not my queen. And you gotta keep that shit moving.
I feel like the traumas that have been passed down through generations.
Definitely trauma.
And
Definitely trauma.
y'all generation really has blocked the pain.
Because
that has
the
been passed
crack-
down through
You
the
said
blood.
block? Say it away, hello.
Ow.
Wait, what do you mean? Block
Because when y'all have kids,
Mm-hmm.
y'all didn't treat y'all kids the way y'all parents treated.
But we didn't have, well,
In a good way or a bad way?
yeah.
So in a good way. So when
So
it's
we
like,
did better than our
it's-
parents, basically.
But yes, that's what
Okay.
I'm saying. So
Okay.
it's like you what's the word? You filtered that trauma that was supposed to be passed down through the bloodline, and you stopped it. And you dealt with it, and you felt that, and you didn't let that touch your child.
Correct. And that could be a good and bad thing, though.
Why you say that, man?
Because sometimes this trauma and this understanding that you could fall or fail, we stopped y'all from bumping y'all knees and getting back up.
Okay.
So instead of we overly love, we overly give, we overly compensate because we don't want you guys to live the life that we live. Make sense?
Yeah.
So, but you gotta understand, these are the things that make you. If say for instance, if you was a bad child and you didn't want to do right, you would say, just get out and understand life and you figure it out. And when you come back, you have a better understanding of what the world's really about. Because those are things that create character and respect. You get out there and be like, shit, mama wasn't playing. Like, I should have saved my money.
Right.
I should have given my credit. Or, you know, I should have shut my mouth and did the damn dishes. I'm in arguing about these little ass spoons and shit in the sink because I don't feel like doing it. But, you know what I mean? She didn't want to shit. I know so you got to pay $1,700 a month for a 3-bedroom and the power bill $700. And, I mean,
He
shit.
sound like me doing it.
I mean,
I feel
just
good
saying.
going off. Yeah, but I'm talking
We
about
teach
the
you responsibility.
anger.
Well, the anger is
The
just,
depression,
that's just emotional. That's
but it's like sometimes.
I mean, some shit just gotta be what it's gotta be.
No, but it gotta be
No, but
fixed,
this
right?
is, sometimes, Mom, when you're overworking yourself,
When I'm overworking,
when
this
you
is the
come
truth.
home through the door and you're just,
Right.
I'm in go mode.
and I'll just be like, Mom,
Because I expect everything to be right. Yeah.
calm down, okay? Please, just
So
don't.
They birth earth signs, y'all.
She said
They
her
both
mama
earth
fucking crazy.
signs. They earth signs. And I'm a fire sign.
Next-
So
all
I'm a
right.
little.
We got one more question, man. We gotta get about here. One more question. Come
Yes,
on.
that was. I
But
had-
that one right there, she said, "Mamacita loca."
Yeah, yeah.
It's okay. You gotta.
I'm Mama Bear. I'm Mama Bear, y'all.
Kai gonna have kids one good time,
And
she
I'm gonna bite
understand
your
why you
head
gotta be
off.
Crazy. Wait, we got one more question, and then we got to show off our cups.
We do got Sean comes up, but she got some more questions. What other questions?
Yeah.
No, this is the last question. Any advice for having tough conversations with family members and parents about trauma and our experiences growing up? So facing your parents, basically telling them, like,
I just had this conversation with my uncle that raised me,
Really?
and he was so adamant as he thought he was a failure because two of my brothers are in prison. You know what I'm saying? And he tried the best that he can do, and he was like, well, he felt like he could have did something different. I'm probably the only one that really came from, let's just say, the grave, because that's where we come from, those positions in life. And I'm like, you're never a failure because where you was growing with us, you know what I mean? We was growing together.
Yeah.
Like when you had her, you know what I'm saying, let's say 19, 20, whatever. You were growing together. You were trying to figure out life and you were trying to figure out how to be the best method of mom. This comes with no manual.
Yeah.
You gotta free glance this shit all the way through. And then what don't work, you gotta turn a different angle. This may work, but she don't like this. I mean, it's never a straight shot to perfection with anything far as you're gonna find trauma, upset, emotion. That's what comes with being a human being.
That's true.
So those conversations, you just gotta understand now. You'll understand a better understanding because you've been through it, so you can talk to your parents about it.
Mm-hmm.
But you had to go through it to get through it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's never comfortable, but it's life. We all make mistakes. We all are prone to destruction if we allow it to happen in our life. So there's never just, it's comfortably uncomfortable. And the more patient you are with it, the more understanding you are with it, the easier it is to get through it. You know what I'm saying?
But now I'm excited now because I feel like you tapping into your spirituality and you speaking on truth and your platform being all about truth, growing, you being you. You took everything that I was scared to give to the world and you put it on 10.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And that's what I'm excited about. I'm excited that even though I didn't have the strength, because I was too busy doing media, doing all that, doing that, trying to make sure to build a page, trying to relationships.
And I was trying to tell you, Mom, you need to focus on the light that's
inside
of
me, yeah.
Instead of.
But that day, I'm gonna tell y'all, and I want to thank everybody, all of her followers and all that, because they kind of waking me up a little bit. Me channeling, when I channel God, when I channel spirit, and I channel messages and things like that, and I receive messages and things like that, I've always kept that private to myself.
Yes.
The only people that know about that side of me are people that's super close to me. You know, it's people that call me and they be like, you know, I'll call somebody I know and be like, hey, you getting ready to have a baby? And they be like, and they call me back and be like, dang, I'm pregnant. Or
Yeah.
don't that happen? It's
Yes.
in my household, well, my family knows this about me, but this is a secret that I have kept hidden. You know, the
because
gifts
they
that God
can't
gave
really,
me.
they can't really
A lot of
relate to
people
I
it.
don't want to be crazy, and I don't want nobody calling me crazy.
You will definitely look crazy because they don't understand. It's just like you. We was brought up a certain way. Let's just say I was brought up a Jehovah's Witness. You know what I'm saying? Then I merged to studied other things, Catholics and Baptists, and you talking one thing about another, and they don't understand. It's like they're stuck in their ways. And if you're not open minded, then you're very complacent. You will never grow. You know what I mean? So you have to know the full circle, not just being a Muslim, being a Christian, being a Baptist. All this is humanity, man. It's all about your perspective on life, energy, and how you treat people and karma. It all works in the end. So it's we can go on. You gotta listen, man. It's the real Cairo, man.
Yes.
This is Mo. I'm Mike T. We gotta give a shout out to the lady who made these damn cups.
Oh, well, we got shout out.
We ain't got a lot of time. That's an hour.
Yeah.
Come on, we've been out here
Come
for
on,
an
get the
hour.
cups. Grab the cup.
But I do got the
cups.
cups. The cups is
pillows.
over there. You
Y'all
get the
lay
cups.
on pillows.
There's the pillows right here.
Okay, y'all. So anyway, I want to give a big shout out to Custom MD Printing for these pillows. Thank you, Custom MD Printing. She came through and dropped it all off, and we want to give a big shout out to her because her and her husband, y'all working very, very well together. This is a couple that gets together and do their thing, and they came through with the decal, baby. We got pillows, we got cups ready for TikTok Tuesday.
These pillows are so
Awaken Wednesday.
Man, like silk, like butter, baby. Hey, these cups, though, man, they did it, though. They came through with it. Man, shout out to them, man. We love the sponsors. We love the support. I mean, this is what we do. We give back. We are the village, you feel me?
I want to give a shout out to Dada Mills, Revolu, Giovanni Lashes, thank you. Hair by Debray, because she hooks my hair up. And I also want y'all to be on the lookout for MikeandMo.com because we're going to have a lot of stuff going on right there. We just started Awaken Wednesday. This is our first discussion.
With the real
You coming back though, right?
Yes.
We got a lot to talk about, man. We soul searching around here, man.
Yes, this was a very deep conversation,
Very
and I
deep.
love this. This is healing, really.
Gotcha.
A lot of people needed to hear this conversation, so I'm glad that I could come over here and talk. And
But we got to go deeper because I'm not done talking to you.
We got more to do. We may be doing Wednesdays with her for sure.
That's a good
Waking
idea.
up Wednesday was happening.
You think you could come back for a part 2?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because we got to go deeper, but I got to figure out, I got questions about the world, the planets. I want to know about you. I want to know more about what happened to you and where was I at when this happened and all. Like, y'all kind of got a journey she got to talk about.